There we go. Rangers win, baby. 4-0 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sorry, fixing my cord there for the mic. But huge win for the Rangers as they improve their record. I had to put this on my tattoo, and I accidentally put my arm on the armrest, and it got all over the thing to keep this from being sore. But anyway, that's besides the point. Rangers win 4-0 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's so nice to be coming home from a game and not doing this at like 1 a.m. But the Rangers do pull out another huge win, a really great win. And the stats do not show how well the Rangers did play this game in terms of the shots on goal, but huge improvements. And the Rangers definitely played their best period of hockey in this game. The first period was by far the best period that they've ever played this season thus far. So let's just dive right into this thing. So yeah, shots on goal, 38-21 in favor of Tampa Bay. Like I said, the shots really don't show how well the Rangers play, considering because the third period was a little bit shaky. However, it wasn't due to, it's not like they were getting dominated and Tampa was in their zone a lot. It was just they could not get enough shots on goal. But face-off percentage 61-39 in favor of the Rangers, which is a huge win for us because we never win the face-off dot. Pims 8-6, more for Tampa there. Power plays 2 for 3 for the Rangers. Tampa's went 0 for 2, so the penalty kill stepped up, especially with one of the calls. I don't remember which call it was, but I'm pretty sure one of the calls wasn't that great. Hits 33-23. Oh yeah, it was a Strom slashing call. I thought that one was a little bit soft. But the Rangers did get an extra power play also because John Cooper decided to challenge Mika's goal. Yeah, fuck you jerk off. That was a goal. 33-23 hits in favor of Tampa. Block shots 18-3 in favor of the Rangers, and giveaways 6 for Tampa, 3 for the Rangers. So yeah, it really doesn't show because shots per period 18-10 in favor of Tampa in the first. That does not show how the first period went. The first period was the best period the Rangers played all season long, at least in my opinion. Sure, they may have allowed a couple of shots, but that was also because of Tampa getting some power play opportunities. And then you had, I'm pretty sure, a 4-on-4. I think that was in the first period. So, you know, it kind of went, or it doesn't dictate. Sorry, I had to think there for a second. It doesn't dictate how the period went. Same thing with the second period. 11-9 shots for Tampa. I don't think the Rangers were as dominant as they were in the first, but I thought it was a pretty good back and forth period for both teams, and the shots did kind of show that one, actually. But 9-2 shots in favor of Tampa for the third period. Yeah, the third period, the Rangers definitely took their foot off the gas, but Igor coming up clutch. How about him making a leaping save at one point in this game? You have him going across the entire damn net, making saves. He was killing it all night, and in my opinion, he should have been the first star of the game over Mika, despite Mika getting a hat trick. That's just my opinion, though. But first period starts off strong. Barclay Goodrow rings one off the post, so things get started pretty early. This was like 3 minutes in. Rangers almost go up 1-0 early, but they do either way because Mika Zibanejad scores on the power play from Fox and Kreider. This penalty, I believe, was on... Which penalty was it? This wasn't the Stamkos one. This was, I think this was the Sergachev one. But Mika Zibanejad, how about that? When you shoot the puck and get it on goal, you score instead of shooting it to the damn 600s, Mika. But huge power play goal there. Sorry, I'm not like yelly screaming right now. It's just that my voice is killed from the game. There's also why I need water, and I'm sorry if you hear or see my cat going ballistic in the background. Literally the second I hit record every time with this guy. But Mika then scores another power play goal not too long after from Fox and Kreider. So the same exact sequence there. And it was nice because I was sitting right behind that net pretty much. And then Ryan Strome not too long after scores from Barclay Goodrow. An absolute rocket of a shot from Ryan Strome. So your number one, number two centers coming through. It would have been nice if the bottom six came through a bit, but it was a little bit difficult today without Artemi Panarin, which I forgot to mention. Yeah, he went on COVID protocol right before the game started. But it didn't matter. The Rangers came through. Hopefully this is sustainable, even though we don't have Panarin. So it's going to be a bit tough without him, but that put Tim Gettinger in the lineup, which we'll talk about his performance later. And then you also had Nemeth out of the lineup for Zach Jones, and we'll talk about that because I thought Jones had a solid game. And then Mika scored beautiful pass from Kreider. Mika ended up scoring that one as well for the hat trick, and then it ended up getting reviewed for a high stick, which the fans next to me threw their hats and they're like, we better get our damn hats back. But nope, didn't matter because the hat trick stayed. So it was a bad chat from a great pass from Kreider, and the Rangers go up 4-0, and then they end up holding this one, specifically Igor, to win this one 4-0. If Mika could start playing like this on a consistent basis, the Rangers are in great shape. I've been saying it all along that we've been waiting for him. We've been waiting for Mika. If he steps up, team could go far. But the bottom six, I would have liked to have seen step up a bit today as well. But the fourth line was just abysmal all day, which we'll get to. First line we'll start with of Kreider, Zibanejad, and Kakko. All of them ended up getting on the board except for Kakko. Kakko easily could have got a point. He had a strong game. I thought that was definitely the best forward. You could argue actually the second line was the best. Regardless, that line, you could argue this line or the second line was the best this afternoon. I thought they had a really great game. The second line, though, I really remember a lot more good, sustainable offensive zone pressure, great forechecking, and the second line today without Panarin ended up being Lafreniere, Strome, Gaudreau. I thought that Gaudreau, I think he's been looking so much better. How about him blocking shots all game, making great defensive plays, doing the little things right? He had a great game. Strome with that cannon of a shot, and then you had Lafreniere creating space on that goal. I thought that was a very positive sign. Lafreniere and Kakko, two guys easily could have got on the score sheet, but didn't. But they did the little things that didn't get noticed or that doesn't go on the stat sheet. The bottom six, then you get to. So the third line today ended up being Hunt, Hedl, and Gauthier. I thought they were okay. Gauthier did get a breakaway chance in the third period, I believe it was. He got a pretty good look there. He ends up missing because he only has one move on the breakaway, which is just that forehand shot. So, yeah, that gets denied. And then the fourth line was abysmal all day. It ended up being Tim Gettinger, Greg McKegg, and Ryan Reeves. Yeah, they were abysmal all game. I don't think one of them had a good game. They were throwing hits, but they spent way too much time in the defensive zone, and it was very concerning with them. For the defense, Hayek and Fox, I thought that they did pretty solid. I thought that was a pretty solid defensive pair for the day. Fox doing great things again, quarterback in the power play as per usual. And then Hayek, I thought actually did pretty well today too. He had a really great play. I remember specifically in the second period, him making a great defensive play. So there you go. Hayek with a positive game. And then the second defensive pair, Miller and Trouba, I thought they were solid. Trouba throwing the body, the crowd chanting his name. That was fun. And then Miller, I remember in the second period, he had one really bad misplay that could have led to a goal. But other than that, he was solid. And then for Jones and Lundqvist, which please just keep this together. It was so much better than seeing them out there. Please just keep this together. That was a really solid pair. Jones ended up getting, I don't know what I was trying to say there. Jones ended up getting beat by, I guess I was combining getting and beat. He ended up getting beat by Point pretty good. He got undressed there in the first period as a little wake-up call, but after that, he really was locked in and was solid, making great plays. And then Niels Lundqvist also had a great game. I thought they could have got a bit more ice time, but solid game, and I hope that stays as the third defensive pair. And then Igor was on it tonight. He was definitely the best player, in my opinion, for the game, despite not getting the first star. I think that he definitely should have. But let's go to Twitter. With that being said, we're going to make this a bit of a quicker one. Marvin says, thoughts on this performance different from Friday's? 2, was this our most complete game of the season? Two good questions here. Thoughts on the performance from Friday? I thought this was a way better effort than Fridays. That is for sure, especially with the way they play in the first period. Easily the best period all year. In terms of the most complete game of the year, I'm not sure about that because the game against Toronto, where they ended up winning in overtime, was solid despite the lack of offense. I thought that was a pretty good game. I really have to think, but I feel like that you can maybe argue this was more their most complete game. However, they have had the game against Philly was pretty good. You have that game against Chicago too. Both of those, you could argue those were better games, but I could see the argument for this being their most complete game of the year. So if you have that opinion, I won't disagree because this definitely was one of their better games. I would have liked to have seen more from the third period, but that's really my only knock there. And then let's see. Oh, I'm on the wrong tweet. You replied to the one from Friday. That's why this is confusing. Anyway, it says thoughts on Igor today. NYET, baby. That's all I gotta say there. New York Style 24 says, what a win. Igor is not human. Mika is back, and Laffy played his best game as a Ranger. This team is special. Igor is definitely not human. He was making ridiculous saves all game. Ridiculous. Mika, I hope he's back because, like I said, we need him, but he's looked a lot better and has been looking like vintage Mika over the past few games. So that is a very good sign. And then, yeah, Laffy played a really great game, stepping up into the top 6 for Panarin. Again, he didn't get on the score sheet, but he played a great game. And I'm glad that I'm not the only one taking note of that. I'm glad you did too. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. A bit of a shorter one. My voice is dead. But if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like on this one. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn the notifications on as always. And I'll see you guys in the next one.